Today I am getting lip fillers. Hi everybody, welcome to another video that is a little bit different. Today I want to take you with me as I experience a beauty treatment for the first time. Sorry, that's Teddy. So today I'm getting lip fillers for the first time. As part of my study, I'm learning about dermal fillers, and something that I really want to be as a professional in this industry is someone who has tried various treatments so that I feel genuine when I'm giving advice. It's something that I have always wanted to try because, you know, they're cute little ones, and it would be interesting to see what that whole process is like. And maybe you're thinking about getting your lips done for the first time, and this can be that video that you want to see to answer some of your questions. So I'm going to bring you with me. One of my friends, who was my laser therapist for I think 3 years, specializes in injectables, so I've reached out to her to do this, which I think is a big part of feeling comfortable, especially if it's your first time, is choosing someone that you have researched, that you know, you've maybe had some conversations with, but who's going to make you feel really comfortable getting into this industry and wanting to create content to help you guys. This has been a little push that I needed. So this is me now. And yeah, I'll bring you with me, and then we'll meet back here, and I'll show you the after. Okay, bye. Ah, okay, I have a lopsided smile too.
What can you do for that?
Like, will this like highlight all the things that I've noticed about my face?
Not really, to be honest. I think if anything, it distracts from certain areas. Your main side effects is your bruising and your swelling. So swelling is going to be 24 to 48 hours. You can take an antihistamine or ice the area. That'll help with the swelling. Bruising is going to be luck of the draw. It's just how your body is going to respond that day. And then the thing I always say to clients is keep in mind that we are putting a needle into your skin. So if you don't bruise, you're lucky. Don't have any events or anything like that planned straight away after, or even within the next week or two, because if you bruise, it's like a bruise when you hit your leg, or it's going to take time to heal. More of your severe side effects, which are very low, but when they do happen, they're a bit more severe than swelling and bruising. It's your risk of vascular occlusion. So that is when the filler has been placed in a blood vessel or an artery. So those arteries supply blood flow to our tissue. If there's filler that's been placed in there, there's not enough blood flow to the tissue. It can basically lead to necrosis, which is tissue death. When I am injecting, the main things I'm looking out for is where the lips are nice and pink. I'm making sure that there's no blanching, so any white coming to the skin, any areas that are quite dusky, that are grey. To me, that indicates that that blood vessel is not giving enough oxygen to the tissue. If that were to happen, we'd have to use a product called Hylace that dissolves the filler. That process takes a while, but the sooner you get on top of it, the better. I always say to patients as well, like I'll give them my details post-treatment, you guys will have mine, but keep an eye out on the area, really monitor for the next, up to 12 to 24 hours. Check for any changes. I'll show you what you should be looking out for, and I'll show you the baseline of what your lips look like after the treatment, and generally that's how they should stay. If anything changes out of the normal, that's when I want you to contact me. The other risk associated with fillers, how rare,
which is super rare as well, is blindness. If a filler gets into an artery, it can travel throughout and then go up into the back of our eye. Now, in the last 10 years, there's only been 3 cases of blindness. 2 have been reversed and 1 hasn't.
Okay. This will last 9 to 12 months.
Lips, generally, I would say 6 to 9 months.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. They've done MRI scans, and even after 5 years, there's still residual filler there. So it really depends on how your body's going to metabolize it. It is a sugar molecule. That's all it is. It's hyaluronic acid, a sugar molecule, so your body will see it as that, and it will just metabolize it.
So if you work out a lot, you'll metabolize it faster.
Yeah.
You've got a fast metabolism, you'll metabolize faster.
Yeah. It takes a good 2 to 4 weeks for everything to completely settle, so you'll still feel like it's a little bit firm for 2 to 4 weeks. No one's really going to notice that but you.
Yeah.
Once that has settled, some people will say, oh,
No, they're not as big as they were because they're used to the swelling response. So that's why people will then sort of come back at the 4 to 6 weeks and want more filler. You know, if they've got nothing to begin with, no lip to begin with, you can build upon that. But if their lips are already quite big, that's why before and afters are important. It's like, this is what it looks like before, this is what it looks like now. You can still see that there's volume there.
Yeah. Can you eat, drink, like, do you have to change any of the things that you do after you have it?
So you can eat and drink after the treatment. To be honest though, you're going to be numb. So it won't feel like you've been to the dentist, but it'll feel like a bit numb. So if you're trying to eat, you won't have that full control. So I like to leave it a good hour or hour and a half. Drink a lot of water after the treatment. That'll help to flush it out a little bit faster. And then eat. No makeup to the area as well for a good 24 hours. Just because you want to keep the area nice and clean, we are putting needles into the skin, so you don't really want to run the risk of any infection in that area. I cleanse the skin prior to treatment, afterwards as well, and I put the Panthen on, so it's sort of like a film. So it stops any bacteria getting in.
And so what can we put on then up, like, for the next couple
Just
of
a normal gentle cleanser and gentle moisturizer. Look, you can use lip balms like Paw Paw because your lips will swell, so you really want to keep them hydrated because otherwise it'll feel like they're stretching and they're quite dry. Biggest thing I say is that, and also just drink lots of water. Yeah.
Alright, are you ready?
I'm so nervous.
Are you?
Yeah, so nervous.
The biggest thing I always say to people is you're going to have nerves, but if you're not comfortable, don't do treatment. So that you've got to sort of differentiate the two. Like, you're either nervous, but you're like, okay, I've processed the information, I'm happy to take on these risks, I'm happy to do the treatment, or I'm nervous, I haven't really processed that, I'm not sure if I'm comfortable with those risks. Don't do it just because you feel like you need to do it.
I think it helps that we know you and we know that you're good at what you do. That's really helping.
Good. But everyone's pain threshold is really different, so I use Numbing Cream. There's actually numbing in the product as well, so as I start injecting, you'll notice that you do actually get quite numb. Look, we've got little squeezy balls as well for you. I always find the top hurts more than the bottom, so I start treating on the bottom just so that you get a feel of what the treatment's going to be like. And then by the time I get to the top, we're pretty much halfway done. So it's a little bit more comfortable, you know what to expect, and a bit more manageable.
I just don't like needles. But I always do, even with piercings. My name always gets called first. I'm freaking out, and then when it happens, I'm like, oh, there's nothing. So you'll find as well, and that's what most people will say, it's a different feeling because you never really had a needle in the lip. But yeah, 9 times out of 10 people finish the treatment and they're just like, yeah, it actually wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. It's just more the anxiety beforehand. I'm going to put both of your numbing on. We've got some consent forms that you'll need to fill out. I'm so nervous. Okay, are you noticing your lips are numb?
I don't know.
They kind of feel heavy.
Alright, I'll give you this one to fill out. So top section is just your details. Then go through and basically yes and no.
Are you nervous, T?
Yes, I'm absolutely terrified, but good terrified. No, I'm terrified. And so we're just doing like 1 mil in general, right? Like
up to.
Up to, okay, good, because I think we were talking.
And that's all together in the whole lip?
Yeah. So up to 1 mil. I'm just going to see how she responds though, because she might not even need a mil. You know, I might only just do like half a mil and just leave it as that. So we'll just see. Have a look at your lips first. Okay. So nice and relaxed.
What are you looking for?
So I'm just checking for any of your arteries, making sure that they're not too superficial. You're seeing good though. I'll pass you this mirror, just so that you can say to me like, this is an area of concern.
When you say concern, like, am I going, hey, I noticed a little mole on my lip?
So with the concern, more so it's people will be like, I would prefer my bottom lip to be a little bit bigger, or I'm not happy how this is a little bit asymmetrical, or something like that. That's the biggest thing as well. You want to make sure that you know what you're visualizing, because sometimes people will be like, you know, I want to look like this, and it's not their lip shape, and it's like, you're never going to get like that. And when you do, they might look good front on, but when you actually look at someone's whole face, they just don't match.
It's so funny. I feel like I've been thinking about this for years, and then but my mindset's changed to being like, oh, I'll never do that too. I'm so curious.
Ready to start?
No.
It's nice and relaxed for me.
How long does it take to do everything?
Everyone's very different. It just depends on what we're sort of trying to achieve, how much volume loss you've got.
They feel funny, so like the way I think that they look at like bumpy little mountains.
Yeah, and they'll feel like really big because you're swollen. They're just not doing that. Alright, have a little look.
Oh my god.
Wow. Why do they feel like a little bit lopsided? Is that just because of how they are naturally, maybe?
Yeah, so I'll show you before and after. So this is front on.
Wow.
Isn't that so good?
Oh my gosh.
So there, you've got a little bit of bruising, so you'll have a bit more swelling there.
Okay.
That will settle down.
Yeah.
So that's where...
Because I think that's the only side that I'm like, oh gosh, is it meant to be lifted a little bit? But it could just be there.
Yeah, because when you have a look here, you've got some bruising happening. So that'll be more swollen than the other side. And we also started on that side. The biggest thing I say is, for the next definitely like week or two, let your lips settle, because they'll be bruised, they'll be uneven, because when some areas will swell more than others, and you'll be like, oh, they look uneven, a little bit lopsided. You just have to trust the process. And because, especially first time, like I've got clients being like, oh my god, like they're the next day they're like, they're so uneven, there's bruising, like is this normal? And then, you know, 4 or 5 days later they're like, oh my god, like they're perfect, like they've just settled in. You just need to trust the process.
Okay.
We'll start down the bottom. I put firm pressure on the area, and then when you have a look at this, keep it on for a good 5 seconds, and then see how the blood rushes back.
Yeah.
Same on this side, a good 5 seconds. No, I want you to keep looking, and then that rushes back.
Okay.
So put it in sections. Do the bottom lip, and then the top lip.
And how do this for like the week after, or how long would you be?
The next 24 hours.
Yeah.
That's perfect, because all of that blood is rushing back. That's exactly what we want to see. So I find as well, around the edges will always swell more. So just allow it to do its thing. It'll settle down. You'll look at it in a few days' time and just be like, yeah, perfect. Everything's, they're my lips, they're just a bit more enhanced.
Yeah.
No, thank you so much.
That's all right. So
for a first timer, this is a good experience.
And so should I be massaging?
No. So don't touch them. I've given them a good massage. If it gets to 2 weeks and you feel like you've got any lumps or bumps, message me, come back, and then I'll give it a massage.
Yeah.
Until then though, you really just want to let your body heal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this is 1 hour after we just got home. As you can see, there's a little bit of bruising up there. I've got some purple ointment on. This is the Pure by Phytocare. The numbing cream is wearing off, so I can't really pronounce my B's and P's. Definitely swollen. So what I thought I would do is show you how they develop over the next week or so you can see that progress. Little update for, how long has it been? 3 hours, 4 hours? Definitely some bruising. It's the end of the day and I just wanted to give you a check-in because your girl is bruised. If you can see that. Look. There. It's a little bit sore, like the top's a little bit sore. I found it hard to sort of talk and move the top one, as well as eat and drink. Something really fascinating that she mentioned, because Lauren's really, like, she obviously wants to create a look that is desirable for you, and she asked me what one of my main concerns were. And I don't know if you're like this, but when I smile, I notice my lip kind of turns in and then I just lose my top lip when I smile. And so she said that lip fillers actually won't work to help that. Botox will. So if you actually get a little bit of Botox in your top lip here, if you just like get your finger and hold it down, you'll notice your lip kind of turns up, and as you smile it doesn't move. So it just relaxes the muscle in your top lip so that it doesn't curl up as you smile. So if you've been thinking about lip fillers as a way to create that effect, it does nothing apparently. Botox. I think they're gonna look great. Good morning, it's day 2. This is how they look. Still a little bit bruised, especially on the top, but the bottom's looking great. I'm actually going camping today for a couple of days, so I won't be able to give you updates until probably the 4-day mark. Today is day 5. The swelling has mostly gone down on my bottom lip, but I still have some bruising and a little bit of swelling in the center of my top lip. Today is day 6. We're just left with a little bit of bruising. Day 7. Today is day 8, I think. So I just wanted to give you an update. The bruising has mostly gone. I think today's been one of the first days that I'm like, oh my goodness, I love the little just kick that it's given my face, or my facial features. Today, oh my goodness, I think it's day 11 after getting my lip injections. The final sort of update is that the bruising has basically all gone. I've got a little bit of like lip gloss on at the moment. I wanted to end this video just sort of wrapping everything up, even just giving a recommendation. Would I do this again? In terms of things that I would want to know if I was watching this video and I'm thinking about getting lip injections, is the anxiety before the actual procedure is a lot more painful than the actual procedure. Lauren did apply a numbing cream, and I really did feel the effects of the numbing cream. The center parts of my lips were probably the most sensitive when she was injecting. The pain was very bearable, a little bit uncomfortable, but you are putting needles in your lip. The next part of this whole procedure that I had questions about was the side effects after it. Is it worth the side effect? I did experience the bruising side. The last couple of days it's been pretty good, as you can see. Like what Lauren suggested, not having any plans for about 1 to 2 weeks afterwards, as even the lipsticks I was applying for work, you could still see some of the bruising. Who knew that you had to take annual leave to get your lips done? So again, it was also my first time, and perhaps that influenced it a little bit. It did hurt a little bit to drink and eat, but again, nothing that's like excruciating that you would be turned off this whole procedure. Finally, in terms of the actual outcome, am I happy, am I satisfied, would I do it again? Absolutely. I think I've really enjoyed looking at the difference that this little enhancement has made to my face, and I'm just happy with how naturally luscious they are. Are you? Like, do you think that? Really trust the process, like Lauren was saying. Choose someone that you trust and you like the work that they have done, so do your research. As well, I think just start small, you know, like make sure that you're doing it to enhance your features, not to change your whole appearance. That was my experience getting lip injections for the first time. I hope that this video was informative. If you haven't already, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, and hopefully I will see you in another video.